Rise and shine. Pour yourself a cup of coffee and tune in to Good Morning Aurora. News, weather, and really cool interviews. Monday through Friday from 8 to 9 a.m.
And then the music started playing, and I have no idea if we're live. We're probably live now. Are we live now? Someone's going to have to tell me.
Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora.
No.
Good morning, Aurora.
Good morning, Aurora.
What up? What up? Yeah, word up.
We're so ready for this. No, we were ready. We were just ranting about things that we're about to rant on. I had to get the practice rant out first.
All of the people that we were ranting about, the mics were off.
Oh, good.
So the interesting thing about
I don't
it
rant about people. I sometimes rant.
I like the fact that we can have an open and honest dialogue with you, Aurorans. Like Aisha Saxon, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. You are tuned in and watching Jeanette's Splaining, another episode on Good Morning Aurora. It's Friday.
Wait, when you say watching, like watching? Like people are looking at me right now?
Not yet.
No. Okay. All right. Good.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's not happening.
I didn't do the hair. Y'all, my hair appointment's tomorrow. Just ignore this.
It's going to happen, but it's not happening yet. How are all of you wonderful people today? I hope that you guys are doing good. How was the week? How was it for you?
Long. It was a long week. Had a lot of late meetings. Got some time in at the gym. Got some things that just long.
How was the week for you guys? You can let us know in the chat if you had a bad week. Well, don't let us know that. But if you had a good week, definitely let us know. We want to hear nice things. But we have health. We have, what else we got to talk about?
We got things.
A lot of stuff.
We got new hires.
Word up.
We got booze. Friday.
Booze. Yeah, we do. We got alcohol.
We got booze.
News.
We got.
Oh, snap. I know y'all like, what?
Oh my God, I so do.
So before we get into things, we want to say good morning to Anna Sierra, and she put 2 comments. I was gonna say your name twice, Anna, but I just said it one time.
That's
good
fine.
morning, Anna.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Let's start off with what we wanted to talk about first. So there's health news, but LA County is requiring masks indoors amid an alarming rise coronavirus cases. Can you tell us more about that?
Sure. And you're thinking, wait, but we don't live in LA County. That's super far away. That's correct. But what you're seeing is something that is becoming more and more relevant throughout the whole country, which is the rise of the Delta variant. And the Delta variant of COVID-19, as a lot of experts are really calling it, well, it's really more like COVID 2021 at this point, because it's kind of like morphing a little, or COVID-21, I guess they would call it.
Morphing.
Yes, it's like, viruses, they evolve and whatnot. And so the new Delta variant is really starting to pick up steam, and to the point where in LA County, which just reopened like a month ago, California has had a particularly hard lockdown relative to other parts of the country. They went back to requiring that people wear face masks indoors regardless of vaccination status.
Damn.
Yeah. So here in Illinois, to bring it home, the Delta variant is still only about 15% of cases in Illinois, but it's that proportion is expected to grow because this is a particularly virulent version of this virus. It passes a lot faster, and there have been breakthrough cases for the vaccinated people. So now, if you are vaccinated, you are still generally considered protected against this new variant of the coronavirus. If you get sick, you are certainly much, much less likely to get seriously ill or require hospitalization.
Right.
However, it can happen. Just as with any vaccine anywhere, you can, sometimes get a breakthrough illness or breakthrough symptoms, right? But the most important way to protect yourself and everybody around you is, of course, to get a vaccine. And if you are particularly vulnerable, you may still want to consider wearing masks out in public again.
Well, the link to the article is in the chat for you guys. And again, this is from the LA Times, and it's talking about California, but not to put too fine a point on it. They are calling it, so LA County's rise in community transmission has accelerated dramatically since California fully reopened on the 15th of June. For the week-long period that ended that day, LA County averaged 173 new coronavirus cases a day. For the 7-day period that ended Wednesday, the county's average was 1,077 new cases a day. On Thursday, the county reported 1,537 additional cases. Yikes.
Yeah. So, and what you're seeing really is the virus is like taking a hold in groups of unvaccinated people and then kind of spreading out from there. So, in places with really low vaccination rates, they're starting to get hit pretty hard by this. And the Beacon had an article this week too, kind of checking in with some of the local hospitals and saying, "Hey, how are we doing on this thing?" And the local hospital groups are certainly concerned.
While federal and state data shows COVID-19 infections are again climbing in some parts of Illinois, rural hospitals are not seeing an increase in coronavirus patients yet. However, Aurora's Rush Copley Medical Center and Amita Health Mercy Medical Center both saw record low numbers of COVID-19 patients and very few deaths in connection with the virus over the last month. Mercy treated 1 or 2 patients with COVID-19 Friday, but staff remains worried about the Delta variant.
Whoa, it's Friday. Drink some coffee.
The Delta experience.
Coffee. There we go. Ooh. We're rocking the reusable mug today.
Oh, you know what? Yeah,
I like it.
Something.
Yeah.
A little bit.
The Treadwell reusable.
This is the tumbler. Get yourselves the tall black metal things to put your coffee in to keep it hotter longer. And plus, look, I love TW. TW stands for Treadwell.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if I need to write my congressman or not to get the top of the coffee lid.
Mm-hmm. Tell me about it, man.
To be secure on the cup.
Look, we have...
And stop wearing coffee on my hands.
Yeah, because...
the shit drips down.
Because look, we got this battle, right? We got so many good coffee shops. And on this podcast... This podcast happens early in the morning, which means it's Treadwell territory, right? Because 57 does not open.
They open at like noon.
They open at 8. Shush. 8.
I mean, people are going
Society
home,
57, 8 a.m.
My day is ending at 8 a.m.
8 a.m. to 2 p.m. every day at the corner of River and Benton. You should stop by. They also have very fine black reusable mugs. I don't have mine, but now that you got the mug game going, I'm gonna have to bring my cool black downtown Aurora coffee shop mug, and they'll just do battle.
Oh snap!
Yeah,
it'll be like Ray Harryhausen movies. Remember those?
No, I have no idea what you're talking about. As per usual. Okay. I was actually thinking. Okay. Never mind.
All right. So did I put the link in the chat
But
for
yes.
you guys?
Oh yeah, but what we were saying, yeah, Treadwell, your lids stick. You need a better. It needs to not.
Yes.
Dude,
it's got to be secure, please. Chad.
Yeah.
I love you, baby. Isabel,
Yeah.
you know what's up?
Because I'm just saying, my 57 lids, they never come off.
Yes, people that drink Side 57 cup, they don't have that problem. Yes, it's 4 hours later than you want it to be served.
Oh, shush.
But it is the most secure lid. I mean, that lid is like your bank account. Nobody's getting in the time at 8:09 a.m. Okay, happy Friday.
It's probably all the same lid.
Happy Friday to all of you guys. Greg Ellsbury is here. Good morning, Greg. How are you? And
Ben, shout out.
Couch Guy approved.
Yeah, that's right, Couch Guy.
And Greg Ellsbury says, good morning, Aurora and Jeanette for president. Word up.
President. We've
Hey.
That's an upgrade from last time. I think last time it was for mayor.
Was it? Yeah, it was. It was.
Yeah.
It was for mayor. Yep. Okay. So both chats about the health related part of today's show are in the links rather are in the chat for you guys to check out. The time is 8:09. What would be better having a new deputy mayor?
Also having a new police chief? Is it 2 hires at once?
We're having 2 hires at once.
Is that what's happening?
Yeah. I mean, the city of Aurora is like Aldi right now, man. We just got positions available. We are hiring. That's right. We are.
Yeah, or like every place ever, right? Because
Right.
like 95% of people in a poll recently said, like, yeah, I'm seriously thinking about quitting.
Yes, and there's also a news story that we gave you guys yesterday about the Fox Valley Mall's recent hiring event. It was dismal.
Yeah, no one showed up. No one was like, people were like, nah.
They were like, we need people to come here
I know.
at a job fair where nobody came to. I mean,
Oh, God. Yeah.
yikes.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's talk about. So we've got a new deputy mayor, and we've also got a new chief of police, and that man's name is Reggie Hammond. You guys get that?
No.
What movie is that from?
No.
Oh my God!
I don't understand the things.
I know somebody in the one of you guys has to know where that's from. Greg,
No.
you got that one right.
I got nothing.
Good morning to you.
I got nothing.
God, 48 hours.
I feel like we've established that I don't get just about any cultural reference ever.
God, we're the most cultured show in all of Kane County. Our cultural reference.
All of Kane.
Oh,
Did you say
man.
all of Kane County?
The time is 11. But,
From here to Pingree Grove, there's nothing.
Word.
No podcast more cultured than
Seriously.
Good Morning Aurora.
But we got a new deputy police, or excuse me, new chief of police. He has to be confirmed though.
Yes. But I just want, for the record, the GMA crew, we've got ourselves a little chat, and I do believe I called this. Did I not call this? I feel like I called this. I'm just gonna go ahead and say, was pretty sure that Keith Cross was the guy.
But seriously, who didn't think that Keith Cross was going to be?
Right.
I mean, come on.
That's what I'm saying.
Right?
This was totally predictable.
Hold on, let's go back. Imagine if Keith Cross wasn't promoted from deputy chief. What if they would have brought in a lateral? What if they would have brought in some guy from Wyoming and made him chief of police? Could you imagine?
Well, I would think that Wyoming would be a really different background and experience, mostly because I feel like out in Wyoming, probably mostly what you're doing, mostly what you're policing is like cattle and maybe some bison, right? Like I don't really know what there is in Wyoming. But I do have to say that I feel like overall, and this is not specific to the cop job, because lateral transfers and throughout at all levels of the police department, right, for your patrol guys and stuff like that, and versus bringing people up through the ranks internally, that's almost a separate. It's like a separate but related discussion. Overall, I feel like the city maybe a trend that I have seen over many, many, many years is that we don't do very wide searches for some of our top positions. Like our director level people always either tend to come from, someone who's already known in the community or, is someone who just like kind of rises through the ranks over the years. And there's something to be said for sure about people who, know the community really well and are invested in the community and who have been here a really long time. But we don't do an awful lot in terms of like really wide searches for your top positions, right? So in many communities, what you would see, like you're talking about major jobs like your economic development director or your like, chiefs of staff or administrators or whatever, like those really high level positions, finance directors, so on and so forth. You would see,
sound you hear is a miscellaneous camera doing extra recording.
Yes, throwing me off on my vibe. No, the what you would see is like a nationwide call or at least a regional call, like posting jobs out everywhere through major, through all of the major professional groups and things like that. You would see maybe even hiring an outside firm like a headhunting firm to go do a search and find some of the most qualified candidates around and interview that, like bring them in and interview them and see what there is out there in the market.
Well, what was supposed to happen in this situation?
Like that is typically what you do, right? Like that is what, and here's the thing. I'm not saying that ultimately you don't end up with your internal hire, but you still do the search.
So you do the dog and pony show. You do the dog and pony show just because, even though at the end of the day, we're going to pick Keith Cross. But let's bring it.
No. I am not arguing in any way for anything that would be as inefficient as just like, let's just interview people so that we look like we're interviewing people. No, I think there's actually a lot of value in bringing in other people who are considering working for a community and saying like, what would you do in this position, right? And going into a process like that where the outcome is not determined, where you're actually like weighing, because there's benefit to bringing in new blood to any organization. And again, I'm not talking specifically about the police chief or even the deputy mayor position, because I think the deputy mayor position is like the position that's just like, nah, we go with the guy who's been in the community for a really long time, knows everybody, and just gets along with everyone. But just in general, I think if you look across the director level positions at the city of Aurora, you don't see an awful lot of like new blood and searches going out.
Osway says, but don't you want somebody that knows the community? Well said, sir. Josie Mendoza Geller is here. Good morning. Are you?
Yeah, you absolutely do want someone who knows the community. I think that that's true. And I think any good, strong organization has a strong mix of both, right? You have your people who know the community really well, and you have your people who have come from other communities and said, here's how I did, we had a similar problem in this other community where I worked, here's what we did there. We had this similar community in another community where I worked, and boy, we handled it really badly. Don't do that. Do this instead, right? You just gain a lot from having a lot of people who come from different experiences, different backgrounds. It's a different way of approaching diversity, right? You want, in any organization, you want diversity in terms of all those things that you think of typically, like race and economic background and gender and all of these things. But I think you also just want a diversity of geography too, and people who come in with fresh ideas.
Aurora Police Department Deputy Chief Keith Cross been selected by Mayor Irvin to serve as Aurora's next top cop. The announcement came just Wednesday. After current chief Kristen Zeman last month announced she was retiring from the department after 30 years of service. Her last day on the job will be August 6th. Cross, who grew up on the east side of Aurora, become the city's second black police chief. If his appointment is approved by the city council, he has been a member of the APD since '94. Started his career as a patrol officer, rose in the ranks to lieutenant, commander, and has served as deputy chief for the last 15 months. He also served as a community policing officer, a school resource officer, a DARE instructor, special operations group supervisor, and a crisis hostage negotiator.
Shout out to all those DARE instructors from back in the day.
The link to this. Oh, here it is. There's one more thing I want to read.
Let's do it.
It's very important to all of you people. I want all of you to listen very closely to what I'm about to read. Also on Wednesday, Aurora Police Department Support Services Commander Matt Thomas was appointed as the next deputy chief. Thomas recently helped lead a project to purchase new body cameras, squad car cameras, and tasers for the department. Has 24 years of experience on the force. Thomas said he hopes to focus on officer wellness, find new ways to modernize equipment and operations, focus on relationships with the community. He would help the department implement its critical incident intel center, which will open next month, and look at new ways to leverage technology. Time is 8:19. I'm going to put the link to this chat in there for you guys because we got news about police equipment as well.
We do. So much happening at the police department.
Dude,
right
there's
now.
a lot. We told you guys they're hiring too. So go ahead and get yourselves that job, y'all. Get that job.
Yep.
Get that job.
Community service officers and police officers, I think, too. So if you are a youngin' and considering, like, how do I feel about policing? Is it something that I could see myself doing? Community service officer gigs.
Yep.
Good way to explore that.
And the cadets are hiring as well.
Yes, the cadets. That's what I was referring to. Yeah.
All right.
They're called different things in different communities.
Yep. All right, cool. So we talked about hospital rates. Talked about LA. We told you about the new deputy chief of police. I guess before we get into our next conversation about online liquor sales, yes, I should tell you a tad bit, a small piece, a little bit of
the news. L news. Not on TV.
There is the DuPage County Expungement Clinic. Clear Your Record, happening Saturday, October 2nd from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. What is an expungement clinic? Glad you asked. Volunteer attorneys will help prepare and file requests to have your record cleared for free. Who qualifies? Also glad you asked. Many things on your record may be eligible for removal or sealing. Their team will help you walk through the process of clearing your record. Where? DuPage County Administration Building, 421 North County Farm Road, Wheaton, Illinois, 60187. Pre-registration is strongly recommended. Some participants may be able to participate via Zoom. Register early before spots run out, and walk-ins will be accepted based on availability. This is brought to us by Circuit Court Clerk Candace Adams. Holy cow. Try saying that 5 times fast.
That's a lot. That's a lot of names.
Oh, man. Holy cow. I didn't mess it up. Did good.
Oh.
Sponsored by Prairie State Legal Services, DuPage Legal Aid, Illinois Access to Justice, and the DCBA, the DuPage County Bar Association. Shouts out to all these wonderful groups for getting together to help people out who otherwise may not have received that help.
Super great program. The thing about expungement is at that, if you can get something, expungement isn't just like a note on your record. It's like taking things off of your record. Like that stuff gets sealed. What expungement does for you is when you go to apply for a job, like in most cases, you no longer need to check that box, right? So that is worth your time.
Right. If they seal it, nobody can. Federal law enforcement can see it.
Yeah.
If they expunge it, it never happened.
Yeah. So you want that.
You want the expungement.
Yeah. You want to get on that.
The thing about the law. Here's the thing about the law that's always, perturbed me. Is that maybe somebody could let me know in the comments. Does it feel like there's two separate justice systems?
No. What? No.
The time is 8:22. Okay, let's move on. So I heard that there was a new category for for business. Are they selling alcohol online?
Well, they will be.
Are people buying 40s and having them delivered to their house?
Hope so. Oh my God, yeah. Well, so you can never. Well, see, that's tricky because if you're doing no, because like if you're doing Edward 40 hands, like how you gonna operate your phone, right? You ain't got no thumbs free to order.
The 40 needs all
the
of
40, right? It's when this was in college when frat bros would like duct tape the 40s to their hands because that was a smart thing to do, and they called it Edward 40 hands. Anyway, college. Really glad I spent money on that. So the city of Aurora is considering a measure to allow online liquor sales in the city from a business that delivers only to individual homes. So, it's Friday night. You're maybe a little tipsy already. You got some people coming over, though. You're running low. Like, you pick up your app or whatever, make a phone call. Probably it's going to be one of the app-based services.
I would imagine.
My guess. Yeah, right? Yeah. And they...
imagine the phone lines if there's no app. Imagine.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. Poor...
What up? I stay on Gates. Let me get 440s. Give me a tall can. Like, sir, hold on.
Now, add a slur, right? Because you're probably already toasty if you're ordering. Exactly. If you are, I've been
on this line for 45 minutes, man. What my 40s getting here?
Like,
sir.
Much like when you are, drunk ordering your Taco Bell via DoorDash. Like, if you're willing to pay all those upcharges, you're probably already a little inebriated to begin with. So, no, I think this is great. But what they'll do is you'll order, and then someone will bring the White Claws to the house, whatever your drink of choice is for the evening. And they'll check your ID there. You're gonna have to sign off on it. We talked a little bit about this earlier in the week on the podcast, and I personally am here for it. Now, some might argue that wouldn't this lead to like a considerable amount of binge drinking among alcoholics?
Not any more than COVID did when the whole world was shut down, the liquor store was open.
Right. / also, won't it lead to a whole lot fewer people potentially like staggering their way to the liquor store for a late night run when they probably shouldn't be out there? Like, people are gonna do what they're gonna do. Let's give them avenues for doing it without potentially putting anybody else in danger.
Yeah, this will help because one of the things about people and hanging out and having some drinks on it's like the party. Yeah, we're having a barbecue. Yeah, we're having a party. We're playing spades. We're kicking it, but we're out of beer. So and everybody's already been having a couple of beers.
I want to come over and play spades with you at your next barbecue. I know spades.
So everybody wants to go. So everybody wants to go take that ride around the corner. It sounds so innocent. We're just gonna go around the corner.
Yeah.
At the liquor store.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? If you already had 4 beers,
we
might be able to make it. But if the police stop you, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
Towed,
impounded, 10 grand worth of legal fees and lawyers,
if you already had a 40, just order online with the.
Just order your second 40. Order 80. That's right.
I'm going to get 120. All right, that's 340s. The time is 8:27 a.m. Okay, here's the thing. As Jeanette mentioned, the Aurora City Council is set to vote on a measure to allow online liquor sales in the city from a business that delivers to individual homes. The measure, an amendment to the city's liquor control ordinance, would create a license category. Did you understand what I said? The measure, an amendment to the city's liquor control ordinance, would create a license category to include the city's first e-commerce delivery store. It has standards for liquor licensing and identifying the rules for the process of e-commerce delivery of alcohol. Alderman Bugg said the delivery store idea is the result of the coronavirus pandemic causing people to, quote, want everything to be delivered.
Yes, I never want to set foot into a store ever again. This is true.
I mean, if I could stop going into Foremost It's super shady.
Just comes
I don't know if anybody, the shade, the sketch. First of all, let me tell you something.
But you
don't see that at Benny's. That's not how it is in Wheaton. You go into the store in Wheaton, they got classical music playing. Right?
They got they got the sommelier on staff on Saturdays helping you pick out something to pair well with your whatever. Yeah, with your salmon.
And shit. Everybody's outside barbecuing.
Again with the barbecuing.
Right.
Yeah. So, but they'll redevelop. It'll look really nice at the Foremost, right?
We're talking about the Foremost that's located on
31.
Lake and Galena.
There you go.
That's right. Yeah, Lake and Galena across from Tortoise, Guadalajara.
Which has applied
$80,000 worth
to redevelop
upgrades coming to that place.
Yes.
It better look like Benny's.
That's right. That's right. I want with the little cigar spot in there. What do they call it when they control the humidity for the cigars? That's there's a name for a humidor. There you go. Yeah. Give me the eye roll. I saw that.
All right. So, now we also told you guys. So when we told you about this story, I think Monday, Tuesday, yeah. Someone asked, how would they regulate it? It was you, Josue. According to the amendment, a person making the delivery must be 21 years older. Deliveries will be allowed 6 a.m. to 1 a.m. Monday through Thursday, 6 a.m. to 2 a.m. Friday and Saturday, and 9 a.m. to 1 a.m. on Sunday. The e-commerce delivery store must obtain and maintain a record of the driver's license or state ID number from each person placing an order for liquor. When making a delivery, the delivery person must get a signature from someone 21 years or older, the same person who placed the order.
Now, here's my question, which goes back to the eternal why do townships exist question. Is how are they going to, so they can only deliver in the city, presumably, right? Because, the city says it's, the sale happens at the house, right? So, because they can't go and deliver to Batavia, right? From here. So can they deliver into the township? Because that's not in the city, but it's got a city of Aurora. It'll look on your driver's license, or on your delivery address, you live in Aurora. So is this poor company, gonna have to keep track of every address and which one they're allowed to deliver to and which one they're not? This is getting complex.
I have a feeling that if you live in township, you'll be good. They'll deliver to you. I don't see any restrictions whatsoever once to make money off this.
Yeah, there's no way, but that's the thing is technically there wouldn't be a license that would be legal there in the township. So because this township areas are not if you're unincorporated in the city, then you don't have city law. So it gets, I think that'll happen for sure. Cause they'll be I don't know, they said Aurora, so we thought it was fine. Right? Fascinating. Fascinating. Maybe we could just incorporate them all.
All right. Okay. The time is 8:31 a.m. You are listening to and watching Jeanette's Planning on the second largest city's first daily news podcast. The link to this article about ordering your 40 ounce.
Or your fine,
White Claws.
or your fine Cabernet or something. A nice Spanish Rioja, maybe.
Because it could be good. It could be good for a date night.
Yeah.
You're cooking your linguine, you're putting the basil on top, but you don't got time to run out.
Yeah.
You got your girl walking around the crib with the shoes off and all that. It's getting comfortable.
Yeah.
Netflix popping. Who wants to leave?
Right. Nobody.
The app, man. Boom.
Yeah.
Deliver
That's
them
right.
low.
That's right. Gentlemen, you should be planning in advance anyway,
Seriously.
But
Tracy says Bad Dog 2020. Ben says Malort.
Yes.
I need the Great Mad Dog delivered ASAP.
85% of all Malort sales happen in Cook County, and the other 15% happen at Jeanette's house. That's how that happens, basically.
All right. Good morning. Ben says, to the question that we had about or right after the question to the breaking news part about the expungement clinic in DuPage County, Ben says, make everyone use a public attorney. You see that change in a hurry. Tracy Duran says, good morning and happy Friday. And I saw, Josue said, about the alcohol being delivered. He says everyone will become a hermit and no one will want to come out.
I don't think that's true. I think
there's a slight possibility.
I respectfully disagree, Josue. I think that there are some people who have become major hermits during COVID and who never want to see anybody ever again. But that is a small fraction of people who are already just of that predisposition and found a very convenient excuse to stay home.
Tracy said ripple.
Oh my goodness. Yikes.
I want a 6-pack of Night Train. The address is 111. I have a feeling it'll get real.
People still like community. People are still gonna go out to bars and like meet people.
Somebody's gonna mess this up in Aurora. I have a feeling somebody is gonna. This is going to start off.
Leave it to this town to keep it classy.
Somehow, this is going to be messed up. I can just see it now. I can see Mayor Irvin on a press conference. He'll be like,
"How do I know?
We had a great process going on. Agitators destroyed it. They didn't clean up the bottles. People are going to be littering and stuff."
I think people already do that. It's just more concentrated right now in the immediate vicinity of the trashy liquor stores.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
All right. So we told you guys about the licensing to create the e-commerce delivery store. Keep a record on that.
So that goes, it's on the consent agenda for Tuesday's city council meeting. So anything that goes on consent agenda, basically the way it's like we have consent agenda, the way that it works. If you've ever not attended a city council meeting, and I encourage you to, if you ever get the chance on a Tuesday evening, is basically here's a whole long list of all the things that we basically agree on, don't need to talk about. We'll just throw it all on there, and then we all say yay or nay to like 20 different new laws all at once. So that is very likely to pass.
Norma Peterson is here, everybody. BAMF, the great American morning show. Make sure McLovin doesn't get your alcohol. Super bad. That was a good one.
Yeah.
I like that. Tracy says, you know what's funny? Is that liquor used to be delivered back in the 40s and 50s. Call up the local mom and pop liquor store back then. Give them a list of booze, and they bring it to your home. Just died out, I guess.
Just like the grocery stores used to do, right?
Like ice. Ice used to be delivered too.
Yeah, milk, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can still get milk from Oberweis if you drink that much milk. It's like an awful lot to get
Marina Suarez Darden, good morning to you as well. All right.
I don't think anyone drinks that much milk anymore.
The time is 8:36. Okay, listen. Now we told you about Keith Cross.
We did.
Told you about Deputy Mayor.
We did.
Told you about health.
We got a lot of things covered.
Equally as important is the approval of more police gear. Now you saw, was that?
Oh yeah, we've been talking about this.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's happening. So they approved it. So we just bought $2 million worth of, we got cameras, we got dash cams, we got body cams, we got tasers, we got all the things.
And we got all kind of cams.
We got
APD gonna start an OnlyFans in his mouth.
Oh my God! Oh no!
See Keith Cross like.
Oh no!
Is this public service or is this? I mean, do I tip $1? Do I call 911?
Yeah, that's a really good question. Oh my!
I'm here to arrest you. Start taking off clothes.
The sexy cops. That's right. Bring them in.
Snap, sexy cops.
See, this is what I'm saying. Like maybe if we have the interview process, part of it is the dancing skills. I don't know.
Well, we got a poll in here.
Do we?
We have that.
Yeah, you need it more secured.
It is a family show.
Look, I'm not an expert or anything, but I think you need it more secured to the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
BTPs give me looks.
We do. We do. All right. But
also, you want it to spin. They're more fun when they spin.
They are.
Yeah.
They are. We could make that happen in here. Would you guys watch this show if it did have dancers?
Yeah. Or, yeah, the better question is, Y'all tip on the OnlyFans if we just put this show up on the OnlyFans, get some tips.
Somebody gonna be like, I want more for my money. Take your hat off, like, nah, bro. That's just okay. $2 million.
That's right. That blazer is just coming off.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
I need more skin for my tip. All right, skin and news. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
$2 million. The equipment includes items for a digital storage room that we told you guys about for the new officer body cameras, tasers, dashboard cameras for squad cars. Due to the choice of the Axon Enterprise Fleet 3 system of dashboard cameras that integrates with the new body cams, the city will save $282,810 off the $2.9 million body cam purchase. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think about more body cams and more tasers? Statistics show that in 85% of situations, people comply with an officer's request once a taser is activated. Have you ever been tased before?
Oh goodness. No, but it does not sound. No. Have you?
No.
No.
I haven't been tased either.
No.
Anybody been tased in the comments?
So let us know. Let us know what being tased feels like. No, because I feel like I think that there's I don't want to say there's general consensus about the body cams because I think that a lot of people think that they're overkill or whatever, and that there's a lot of it just creates a pretty. I think that the body camera discussion is a different discussion. The taser discussion, I think those really interesting because yes. Statistics, a police official said statistics show that in 85% of situations, people comply with an officer's request once a taser is activated. And the way that the new ones work is if an officer pulls the taser out of his holster or whatever, it'll start making noise and be like, hey, the taser's going. So that to kind of scare whoever is, fleeing or being, getting riled up or do whatever they're doing, right? Furtive movements. Whatever. Will stop, right? Because they'll hear that and they'll freeze and they'll be like, okay, whatever you want, right?
Holy cow, Ben.
Hold on. We'll come back to Ben. Thank you, Ben. Yeah, and here's the other thing though. Yeah. When it comes to lethal force, right? So because the idea is that with a taser, probably you're not going to die, so we can use that, and it's supposed to replace, in most situations, guns, right? Which sounds great, except that if I am a cop and I have a gun, and if I shoot someone, I'm going to end their life. I'm probably not going to pull that gun very often. As opposed to it's really gonna have to you're talking really dangerous situations, right? There has to be a higher threshold for dang stuff's going down that I'm gonna pull that gun out and potentially kill someone. There should be. With a taser, though, it's not lethal force. So as a cop, am I much more likely to pull that thing out on a regular basis because it's not going to kill anyone. It's going to hurt them real bad. And it's a lot easier to just instead of if a situation is getting heated, maybe it does it allow people to become a little too trigger happy with the taser, knowing that I could just get this done and over with now.
I've been armed and responsible for security, and I have to say there were situations where I wish I had a taser.
Yeah,
I wish I had something other than this Beretta 9mm.
Sure,
I wish I could get him.
Right,
man, how great would that be?
Yeah. I think that there's really valid reasons for arming police officers with tasers. I guess I am just I think that the flip side of that is, how are we ensuring that it doesn't become more of a de facto go-to sort of thing.
The taser?
Yeah. Than it would.
I think the taser I think the taser should be de facto. Look, let me tell you something. Here's why I will never be president. This is why ultimately they will never vote for me. On the first day after I end qualified immunity, I am take the guns out of there. Not for every cop, not for everyone, not for all of them, but Definitely. You're out of your vehicle. You're walking the beat. I'm taking it back to 1903 with law enforcement. Taser.
Are they just
maybe
in
a baton,
a billy club?
You got no gun. Go ahead. Walk down Pulaski. I want sweeps. Oh, yeah, definitely. That's how it's going to happen. I swear. And cops are not going to vote for that. They're going to say that he's putting us he's making us walk through the ghetto with just our authority and our badge and a taser. Yeah. Yeah. You should be, I guess, a Keith Cross. Your face should be synonymous in this neighborhood. When people see you, even the criminals, when they see you, whatever they're doing, they should stop. They should be deathly afraid of your authority, not the weapon. The time is now 8:43 a.m.
Concur. Yeah, I'm gonna let that go, I think. No, I think that I too am very much in favor of arming our officers with many options that allow them to use the appropriate amount of force for a situation.
Right, absolutely.
I think that
Definitely.
because, if you're running into a mass shooting situation, you're probably going to want something a little bit more than a taser, right? But what I'm saying,
Mayor Spivey said this in here.
But I think the big challenge,
the water guns.
What I think is the big challenge, and this is a big challenge for law enforcement, not just here, in any situation across the country, wherever, is like ensuring, we've had this discussion many times before about how cops these days are asked to do a whole lot of things that maybe are not in their wheelhouse, right? Where someone is having a mental health episode, right? And that person, maybe they're like starting to get violent, right? Or they're like at least getting everybody shook, right? And you got a big guy there, and maybe he's like kind of like a little like unhinged in the moment, right? And which I say not with any kind of judgment or anything, right? But like sometimes people have episodes, and if I'm a cop, right, the challenge to de-escalate that when I do not have mental health training, but what I do have is a taser, right? Again, and I'm probably I'm more likely to go for that taser, right? I would never pull a gun because I can see that it's not that situation. So the question to me comes back to which tools for which jobs. And I think that I think the concern sometimes for tasers, for everybody getting them, is that does it become too much of a de facto thing? And this is a much broader question.
Josue said we'll give him the dad look and that'll be it.
That's right.
Guy's got a machine gun.
Right.
Look at him like,
well, no, this is
you're on timeout. Oh, snap, man. Look.
Well,
hands behind your back.
But this goes back to the question of all of the jobs that we're asking cops to do, right? And is one of the other tools, and this is something that we kind of touched on a little bit, I think last week, are there other tools? Are there other people who should be responding to some of these situations, right? When we're talking a mental health crisis, is it cops that should be out there, right? Or is it mental health professionals that should be out there? Is it
because even and the thing about it is to just piggyback up what you just said. And to kind of wrap it up too, not the time, but just the moment, because what you don't want an officer to be unsafe, certainly.
No.
But at the same time, we don't want a person having an epileptic seizure to then be tased.
Or,
so it is that there is a fine line, absolutely, and should a mental health professional or otherwise professional be there instead of a cop? Yeah. But all goes back to first.
Yeah, I think that the number one tool that any cop can have is having the right training, personality, cool, level-headedness, right? It's those soft skills of being, right? It's having the correct demeanor and approach, right?
Absolutely. Sometimes the situation needs a RoboCop.
Right,
Other times it needs Martin from Bad Boys.
Yeah, that's a reference I sort of get.
Okay. You know who Martin Lawrence is, right?
Sure.
Who is it?
A dude who was popular in the 90s. Right? He's not still in. Does he still do things?
The time is 8:48 a.m. You're listening to the Nets playing on Good Morning Rubio. Addie Rubio's here, y'all. Good morning, Addie
Oh my
Rubio.
goodness. No, give me what's the most famous thing that Martin Lawrence has been in? Wait, did he have a show called Martin? Was that Martin?
We gonna call it a day, y'all. I'm out of here.
Oh no, he's getting up. He's leaving. Oh no.
Actually, I just want to see what it would look like when I stand fully up.
Oh
no,
goodness.
That was kind
is
of
it just a cross shot? That's not good.
Martin is the greatest. Martin and Seinfeld are the greatest TV shows ever, but we got news to talk about.
All right.
Ben
Do we have to? Because I am not on my game today.
Wants controversial, but sure, we're always on our game. Addie says she likes if she could see both of us. Thank you, you wonderful, dear people. And actually, that reminds me, I have something to tell you guys about. I have
breaking news. All news. Authentic, yeah.
Back to School Fair is happening Friday, August 13th, 6:30 p.m. to 7 o'clock p.m. This will be at Greenfield Park, which is located at 774 Illinois Avenue. When y'all send me breaking news, can you use a bigger font? Alderman at Large Sherman Jenkins and AAMOU, the African American Men of Unity, are having their 13th annual Back to School Fair. The event will take place in a drive-through format. Families entering Greenfield Park in their vehicles will be issued free school supplies, face masks, and snacks. The school supplies will be delivered on a first-come, first-served basis. This event is free to the public. When we get bigger font. All right. And don't forget, guys, Monday, I told you about this yesterday. Monday, the free mental wellness fair is taking place at Neuqua Valley High School, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m.
That sounds great.
That's in partnership with the Assistant Majority Leader Linda Holmes and Senator Laura Ellman. Lots of groups are going to be there, including 360 Youth, Mutual Ground, NAMI, DuPage, and Family Focus.
All amazing organizations.
Absolutely.
I think every single one of those has touched the lives of either myself or someone that I have known. And thank you all so much for being for those people who work in those organizations or volunteer for those organizations. Man, you're fighting the good fight.
Dora tells us all the tools in the world will not keep us safe. Training and cooperation and experience that officers need us to support. That will keep all of us safe.
Which means if you are considering a career in law enforcement, we know some places where you could find some jobs, like in the city of Aurora, where they're hiring for cops. We put
the link to the job.
So maybe consider applying for that. Be the change, you know?
You could
be the change.
You could be, that could be you.
Yeah, it's all about culture, people.
Seriously. Apply for APD. I sent you the link yesterday.
That's right.
I especially want you to apply for that Office of Professional Standards job. That's what I need you to do. What I need.
Did we get all the details on the mental health fair?
We did.
I kind of interrupted.
All of the details.
Okay.
Yeah, we good.
Yeah, go for that.
Details.
Yeah, I mean, so, you know, it's funny in our society, the thing that we tend to do is kind of put mental health care, mental wellness, in a little separate box, right? But mental wellness it's everything. It is, the job you work. It is your physical health. It is your financial situation. It is, and these organizations, it's how much support you have in your community and in your family, right? And these organizations work at mental wellness from all of those aspects, right? They help you with housing. They help you with, job placement. They help you with all kinds of stuff, right? So check it out.
Right. Time is 8:52 a.m. So many of our awesome people are here this morning. Good to see all you guys. The chat is, Anna, you right, girl. The chat is lit today. Holy cow. Can't even keep up.
Yay.
Take the CPA training to understand what our APD officers experience each day. That is from Josie.
Good advice.
Yes, exactly. Good morning to you, Dora, as well. Now, here is what's important.
What's important?
Besides giving people the dad look. Maybe we should have chanclas instead of tasers.
That's right. That's right. Just cop just show up looking like your mom, just like bam, bam.
What's the punishment?
Or like
5 of these on his booty.
Right. Or just like grabbing you by the little piece of hair right in front of your ear, right? Campana. Yeah.
Right. So let's before we go, you guys, 8:53. I think did we have one more item?
I feel like we had things. Did we have other things? We did, but they were weird things. I think we're pretty good. Oh, we the folks, the people with the tiny humans, the parents out there.
Child tax.
Yeah,
That's right.
y'all got your money, right?
Mm-hmm.
How's that working out for you all? Like what? So the child tax credit started rolling out. So if you haven't checked your bank account recently, and you're like, I didn't get that notification from my bank that my checking account is overdrawn like I usually do about this time of the week.
Right.
It might be
you
because
wake up and you got money. Like,
right.
Damn.
It might be because there's an extra 300 in there for your kid. So so that's nice. This is a temporary thing, so don't get too used to it. But it's basically an advance of your like child care tax credit thing that you get for having kids, because we still incentivize that in our tax code. So yeah.
Dora says, let's talk about the first Latino deputy mayor. Yeah, we did.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, we did. Guillermo.
Yeah, so I mean, it's kind of funny to be like, it's the first Latino deputy mayor, because it's kind of only the second deputy mayor. Like,
is it?
Yeah, because a deputy mayor was not a thing until we got a deputy mayor, like, recently. Like,
Chuck Nelson was the first.
He was the first deputy mayor.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we didn't have a deputy mayor before.
He did that job good.
Yeah, well, it was basically a job that was like, what would be great if we had the nicest person in town in the mayor's office just doing things on behalf of the mayor when the mayor can't be there. So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's that job, that is the kind of job that's like, we need a person who just knows Aurora and knows how to like get people working together very well. So.
First Latino in leadership. Congratulations to Guillermo. Yeah, you're right. That position as deputy mayor is a good position to smooth things over in the city.
Yeah,
make it nice, make it chill, make it calm.
That's the goal of that job right there. I think. Right. Also, you get to go to all the ribbon cuttings, which is fun.
Chuck was and still is the best. I agree, Norma. Chuck Nelson. Funny story about Chuck Nelson. I'll share a brief part with you guys. Chuck Nelson, many years ago, I think this was like 27. Anyway, Chuck Nelson helped me in a quality of life situation here in Aurora. I was having a little bit of problem. A brother like me, what was new for me in life was like making a complaint.
Oh, yeah. Like actually being like, hey, this thing's kind of messed up.
Yeah, like actually using like the system pieces to like.
Right.
I never.
As opposed to just accepting that like stuff sucks. Yeah.
As opposed to like doing it myself and causing confrontation.
Or that. Oh, okay. All right. Very good. Okay.
So I couldn't sleep.
Uh-huh.
Met with Chuck.
Uh-huh. Felt better.
What about the levers,
yeah,
procedures that a citizen should use when one has a complaint? And do you know, I never had that problem ever again. It disappeared. It's like it never even happened.
There you go.
As a matter of fact, one could even call it an expungement. First Daily News Podcast. It is Friday, the 16th of July.
Oh my God! Already.
Damn, where does the time go?
I know. We're like, it feels like summer. The thing about July is that it feels like summer doesn't really begin until like the 4th of July is like, oh my God, it's summer. And then by this point of the year, you're kind of like, oh my God, summer's almost over.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, damn, kids going back to school.
Like, no.
What you got going on this weekend? What's the deal?
Oh my goodness. What do I got? I'm getting my hair did. So
cool.
Might do something different with it. That'll be exciting. Excited for that.
Word.
That's about it. Got some church, got some things, Yeah. Nothing big.
All right. So real quick, here's what is going on that is big. I will tell you guys about because it means a lot to me and it means a lot to a lot of other people.
Yeah, hopefully somebody else has got something more exciting than my weekend plans.
Our dear friends of McCarty Mills Tap Room.
Okay, all right, maybe I do have plans. Keep talking.
Shouts out. They got things going on tonight. A la Casa Mango Michelada release and Casa Humilde takeover and fish tacos. That's at 5 p.m. Tomorrow the 17th, Hat Trick Barbecue starting at 4 p.m.
Okay.
Olivia Ports at Tavern on Broadway tonight.
Oh, hey there.
It is the...
Yeah, they do.
I think it's a great bar.
I agree.
I love
the veggie burger. You get the veggie burger with some Gouda on that bad boy. Yeah.
I swear. If they ever want to kidnap me, they'll find me right there.
Mm-hmm.
That
is where I go when I'm like, I wonder where Curtis is right now. He's not responding to his text. Let me go poke in.
And then Sunday, Corinne's Kitchen at noon. Don't forget about that. Corinne's Kitchen has the good food for you guys. Great barbecue. Memo grew up at a time when Aurora was not a safe time. He chose to get in the police force when it was not normal for a Latino to be a cop. That is word up. Thank you very much, Josue. That's it.
That's all? That's all we got?
The news today. We have there's an interview we got coming up right now. Yesterday's interview will be debuting today as well, so you guys stay tuned for that. Support the show everywhere. Patreon, Twitter, YouTube, and don't forget, if you have if you have Spotify, subscribe to the show.
All the things.
If
you have the Apple Podcasts,
Google Play,
all the things. We did the thing where we just made it the show on all the places.
Right.
So.
And last but not least, stay tuned.
We got stuff. We got more things.
You are gonna be like, you won't even believe your eyes. The next thing that happens, you guys you'll be dazed and amazed. You'll be like, holy cow! Remember when? Right? Well, did you know that? Blah blah blah. The time is now 9:00.
And that's it.
That's it.
Then that's like a whole hour.
That was a
we did
perfect
that
hour.
Okay.
That was a real.
We should sign off in the next 30 seconds.
I like that. All right. That's all for today. Hope you guys have a blessed, safe, wonderful weekend. See you here Monday. Take care of yourself and each other.
Adios, Aurora.
The camera's still on. And sexy.